Pacific Northwest, the battle to claim the Apple Cup always hotly contested. And even when these teams have struggled and winless seasons have been part of the equation, that just intensified the resolve to bring home the apples. Welcome to the Palouse, Pullman Washington Martin Stadium, home to the Washington State Cougars. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Washington Huskies, taking on a team from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Washington State lined up to kick it off and get this game going. Bringing it back. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So the Washington Huskies offense will have the football first. Wazoo will savor any victory it gets over the Huskies, and certainly they enjoyed that close one last year.
You dang right, and they should enjoy that last one. They got left when the conference realignment thing happened, but they got a chance in the last meeting to take care of business. Just tell them, the Washington Huskies, who runs the state of Washington.
And that had to feel so good because Washington State is still considered little brother in state, right? And for them to go out and get that win the way they did, that was a statement.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talk to the defensive coordinator coming into this game. He knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get those running backs on the ground.
Oh, a lot of space. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
And the Huskies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Pulls and fires complete. Stumbled to the ground. The Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Williams looking for a man. Finds a tight end. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Williams.
Simple pitch, simple catch, easy little drag route right over the field. It's a nice timing route. You can run it versus man or you can run it versus zone and have a lot of success.
And the Huskies can really attack on this 2nd and short. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
That's a really good-looking run, too. And when you think back to Washington football, you talk a lot about the quarterbacks they've had in these great aerial assaults, but they've always needed to have balance as well. You get that by running the football, and this guy really helps keep defenses honest because they don't know what's coming at them. With a weapon like him in the backfield, he really makes this offense go.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They go to the draw. They'll give him maybe 1 on the play. It's down to the 20.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Quick strike complete. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete to the right. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Touchdown, Washington! They put the first points on the board.
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a third down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. He'll bring it out. It's Westbrook. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So the Washington State Cougars offense will get the ball for the first time. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going for this offense to be successful.
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
What a great job using his speed to get to the quarterback. This linebacker would have started for those great Purple Rain defenses in the 80s under the legendary Washington Husky coach Don James. He would have loved to blitz this dude. So athletic from the linebacker position.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Throwing right. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Washington State sends out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Handoff to the single running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Williams will pass. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Wide open downfield. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Washington will snap it in the red zone. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Draws are such a smart way to take advantage of fast defensive linemen that want to get upfield and get after the quarterback. It keeps them honest, makes them realize they got to play the run too. Great play call.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Still on his feet. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Huskies.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Dropping back, it's Hillstead. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. This is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success because right now they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Got his man all by himself. There he goes down the right side. He's at the and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Cougars.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Fielded in the end zone. It's Washington. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first two drives, and they're back to work now. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. Slams into the pile. He'll get one to the 17. A continual subplot since these two first squared off in 1900 is Washington. Trying to prove it deserves the same respect and status as UW.
And I think oftentimes the great rivalries out west are forgotten in college football. This game between Washington and Washington State is absolutely fantastic, and I'm so happy that with conference realignment, they were able to keep this game on the schedule because it is always fun to watch.
It is fun, and it's for the Apple Cup, and here's the cool thing.
Turning it on! He's at the 50, the 30, he's at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Huskies.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Back to throw, it's Hillstead. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Floats it out in space. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
That's why you got to study your playbook. For all young quarterbacks out there watching, you're not always going to be able to throw it to the intended target. You've got to know where your check down options are, because you're going to get hit at some point. You've got to be able to get rid of it. Nice job understanding the playbook.
Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Chucked it away just as he was hit.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside, towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide, making the big interception.
The hand to the running back. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Oh, he's got some space. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Husky. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Coming out with it, it's Freeman. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to pass. It's Hillstead. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Here on 3rd down for this offense. Gets the back moving. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Quarterback making adjustments. Trying to turn the corner on the right. Nice move to keep running. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The Huskies have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Past the 40. There he goes. Touchdown, Washington. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the 2nd half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the 2nd half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the 1st half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
To the air, it's Hillstead. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Huskies and Cougars. And talk about a 1st half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. I'm less of a citrus guy, fellas, more of a Honeycrisp fan. We'll see which team comes out on top in the Apple Cup.
Washington about to boot it deep to start things in the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Westbrook. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Looking for a man. It's Hillstead. Here's a heat. Grabbed over the middle. It's Page. Breaks into the open. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
It's 3rd down, and they've got to get it to the 33. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
The kick is on its way. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. Now they'll run it on the toss. Slithers into space. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down.
Offense goes toss play to the right. Now defensively, if you're going to stop these perimeter runs, your DBs better be able to get off blocks and go make a tackle. And right now, this secondary, they look like they're struggling trying to handle the run game.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
On the move. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here. Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
And the Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Williams looking for a man. Fires toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
He's got to do a way better job of getting that ball out of his hands quick. In major college football, if you're going to throw to the perimeter of the field and you're going to lob the ball, you've got to throw it early and anticipate. But at this level, if you're late, you're going to get picked.
Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on a guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber, to be able to play a little pitching.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Washington State will have to boot it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Corrals it at the 45. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Williams will pass. Makes the catch. It's Williams. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. And this set of downs gets started from the 33. 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Here we go, set. Gives it on the option. They knock him down behind the line, and the defense finishing this 3rd quarter in style. We've reached the break. Bow down to your leaders, Washington. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. He's not going to make it to the sticks, and what a stop against one of the best 3rd down offenses in the country. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And that is no good. Well, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make, rate, and listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Makes a catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet. Touchdown, Washington State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And that is such a backbreaker for the defense. Fourth and long, they're expecting throw that time. Everybody's got their eye on the QB, and still somehow they let the guy get in behind him for the long touchdown. That simply cannot happen.
The deficit is huge, this one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Great place to start for this offense. They'll move the tight end. They'll go to the toss. Got room to work. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Right back to the well. Got the first down. Looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
On 1st and goal, let's see what Washington does. Grabbed behind the line, it's Lawson. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. 6 plays brought them here. Now number 7 on 3rd and goal. Looking for the goal line. They got him the football, but he could not convert. It'll be 4th down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past?
Touchdown, Washington. And the route is on. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Scanning the field, it's Hillstead. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
We've seen this defensive end make a lot of plays. In the run game, he's setting the edge, he's forcing the football to go back inside, but he's not a one-trick pony.
Turning it on! brought down by the defense.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Trying to do it on the ground. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Wazoo headed to the line with another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Under fire. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence.
He's got it on the outside. Open spaces. Touchdown, Cougar! He got a step and just dusted the field.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. Tulsa is down right now. But this young man under center has shown some moxie today. We could see a legend born in Chapman Stadium. It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to East Carolina. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Trying to seal the edge on the right. Makes it past the marker. At the 45 on his way. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
He'll be forced out of bounds after the nice gain on the run.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Huskies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The RPO, it's complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Showing the arm strength to the left. Got him downfield. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. And the Huskies, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Williams looking for a man. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Hauls it in. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Going for 6. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Wants to throw on first down. He's taking a deep shot. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. The Huskies had that dog in them in this one, taking down the Cougs for the Apple Cup and the Governor's Trophy. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.